Example 28, minus 1 to 2, minus x cubed minus x dx. This, even though we have a continuous limit from minus 1 to 2, we may have to split it. Minus 1 to 2 must be split into minus 1 to 0, where in this portion this is negative, this is positive, and 0 to 1, in which case this is negative, and 1 to 2. In this case, this is again positive. In this case, positive. In this case, positive. And only from 0 to 1, it is negative. So we are stuck because this is mod function. We have to separate their limits. And we have to apply P2 given in the textbook, NCERT textbook. So this is minus 1 to 2, minus 1 to 0. This is equal to minus 1 to 0, x cubed minus x dx, plus 0 to 1, again x cubed minus x dx, plus 1 to 2, again x cubed minus x dx. What we have done is we have separated the limits. This is called split rule. Split the limits. Now, since this is negative in this region, minus 1 to 0, if you put x, anything between minus 1 to 0, this becomes a negative. So entire mod function becomes, here you should have mod. Okay. This mod function becomes, from minus 1 to 0, this is positive. So I am writing plus x cubed minus x dx, plus, what about 0 to 1? This becomes negative. So I am writing minus x cubed minus x, plus, here within this interval, this becomes negative, positive. So this is also plus 1 to 2, plus x cubed minus x. I avoided mod sign here. Mod sign is removed and actual signs are put. They are not put limits here. I should put. Okay. So what do you get here? X power 4 by 4 minus x squared by 2 plus, this becomes minus x power 4 by 4 minus x squared by 2 plus, same thing, x power 4 by 4 minus x squared by 2. After writing this, we write limits. This is 1 to 2, this is 0 to 1, this is minus 1 to 0. Now we have to apply limits. This becomes 1 by 4, upper limit is 0, 0 minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2. This is first one, minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2 minus 0. This is second one, plus 2 power 4, 16 by 4 is 4, minus 2 square is 4 by 2 is 2, 4 by 2, 4 minus 2, minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2. If you have patience and do this, we will get answer 11 by 4. Example number 29. This says minus pi by 4 to plus pi by 4 sine square x dx. When you see limits minus a to plus a, you should get in your mind the even odd rule. The sine square x is even function. So you can write this by using even odd rule. Even odd rule given in what? I think it is P5 or P6 something. Even odd rule. We get 2 times 0 to pi by 4 sine square x. So this is equal to 2 times 0 to pi by 4 1 minus cos 2x by 2. And this is equal to 0 to pi by 4 dx minus 0 to pi by 4 cos 2x dx. Here dx this is x minus this is, if you integrate, you will get sin x. Sin 2x and by coefficient of 2x is 2. This is also 0 to pi by 4. So this is pi by 4 minus, what is this? 1 by 4. Sin 2x, pi by 2, 1 by 2. This is the answer for this question. So here we applied a rule called even odd rule. If this function is even, this becomes 2 times 0 to pi by 4. If it is an odd function, it becomes totally 0. Example 30. Integration 0 to pi x sin x by 1 plus cos square x dx. We have to apply King's rule or P3 and P4. P3, P4 both are same given in NCERT textbook. So this becomes 0 to pi, given limits are 0 to pi, pi minus x sin pi minus x. So we are adding these to 0 and pi, a plus b minus x, 0 to and pi. It become pi. So pi minus x sin pi minus x whole divided by 1 plus cos square. Here also there is x, we write pi minus x. Every x has become pi minus x. That is King's rule. So what happened? 0 to pi, pi minus x. This is sin x by 1 plus cos square pi minus x, cos square x. So this is again I. So I, you add what is given I. Given problem is like this, looks like this. X sin x by 1 plus cos square x. This is the problem given. You want to verify it? Okay. So x sin x by 1 plus cos square. So I am adding both. You add both, 2i. On the left hand side, you get 2i. On the right hand side, 0 to pi. Okay? Denominator is same for both. I am putting same denominator. 1 plus cos square x plus pi minus x sin x plus x sin x. That is equal to 0 to pi sin x by 1 plus cos square x minus x sin x plus x sin x. That gets cancelled. Nothing remains. This is there. That's it. So now put cos x equal to t. Put cos x equal to t. Then minus sin x dx is dt. As x tends to 0, x tends to lower limit 0, t tends to 0. As x tends to upper limit pi, then t tends to minus 1. No, this is not 0. This is not 0. This is 1. This is 1. So 1 to minus 1. As x tends to 0, t tends to 1. As x tends to pi, t tends to minus 1. So 2i becomes minus pi 1 to minus 1 dt by 1 plus t square. So here you can just, you see negative pi here. That can be avoided by changing the limits upside down. Pi and minus 1 to 1 dt by 1 plus t square. That is changing the limits. So I equal to pi by 2 into 2, okay, 0 to 1 dt by 1 plus t square. Okay, we have rule minus a to a fx equal to 2 times a, 2 times fx. Okay, that rule is applied here. That is what pi times tan inverse t, 0 to 1. That is pi times pi by 4 minus 0 when you apply limits. And this becomes pi square by 4. This is the answer for this question. Thank you for watching the video up to now.